What's up, guys? This is Ronick from PR Tech Reviews, and as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about Apple's new release, the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. Let's get started. So let's start off by talking about the design of the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. So, in my opinion, the design kind of resembles the iPod Touch. That's entirely due to the new rounded design and extremely thin body. Now, this is just my opinion. Some people might disagree, and honestly, I can see why you would disagree. The front doesn't look anything like it because of the sensor on the top of the phone, including the speaker that you talk through. Not the back speaker, the one you talk through when you're making phone calls. You probably already know this, but Apple released two iPhones, the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. Now, what's the difference? So, iPhone 6 Plus is just a little bigger and higher resolution than the iPhone 6. The iPhone 6 Plus is a diagonal length of 5.5 inches, while the iPhone 6 is only 4.7 inches. So, to put that in perspective of how large it is, the iPhone 6 Plus is about the same size as a Galaxy Note, which is those gigantic phones. Also, the iPhone 6, which is a 4.7 diagonal, is about the same size as a Galaxy S4 or 5, that type of range. So let's talk about the display now. So the Apple iPhone 6 and 6 Plus were rumored to have a sapphire display. That rumor is not true. The iPhone 6 or 6 Plus does not have a sapphire display. So what is the sapphire display? So the sapphire display is basically a layer of glass with a thin layer of sapphire. Now sapphire is very high in hardness. Now, hardness is basically like, you've probably already heard that diamond is the hardest substance. Now, that doesn't mean like if you can't crush it. Hardness means that you can't scratch it. Now, this would be cool if only the iPhone 6 had the display. So the iPhone 6 has a resolution of 1330 by 750 pixels, and the PPI, or the pixel density, is 326 PPI. Now, the iPhone 6 Plus, it's 5.5 inches. That means it has more space to pack in the pixels. So it has a resolution of 1920 by 1080, which is a full 1080p display. Now, that is the first 1080p display produced by Apple. However, the competition has just reached another level, as the LG G3 has a 2K display, which has a 2560 by 1440 pixel resolution screen. That is a 2K screen. Apple's behind. It only reached 1080p now. So I think that Apple needs to step up their game on resolution. However, it does have Retina display, which kind of makes up for it, as you can't really see the pixels. But if you're talking technically, then yes, Apple does have a lower resolution screen than the LG G3. You have to keep in mind that it's only the iPhone 6 Plus that has a 1080 resolution. The 6, just normal iPhone 6, the 4.7 inch screen, that doesn't have 1080. It's barely making 720p. It's barely qualifying for HD screens. Alright, so let's talk about some major improvements from the iPhone 5S to the 6 and 6 Plus. Now, this is just going to be major improvements, not like, oh, it's 0.03 inches skinnier. That's not important. 0.03, I don't even know. Is it this big? So the major things are that it has a new A8 processor, which is supposed to be lightning fast. Now, iPhones are famous for being really smooth. Now, my parents have the 5S and 5, and they run games super smooth. I can't imagine how the A8 processor would react to high-end gaming such as Clash of Clans, Boom Beach, something that takes a lot of the CPU and GPU. On top of that, the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus have a new improved camera. Now, the resolution of the picture still stays the same with the 8 megapixel camera. Another improvement that Apple made is the higher resolution, and I already covered that a little bit, but let's go into more detail. Now, the iPhone 6 has a 1330 by 750 display, which is barely qualifying for 720p HD. And the iPhone 6 Plus has a 1920 by 1080, which is full 1080p display. As you could probably tell by now, the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus are both bigger than its predecessor, which is the 5S. The iPhone 6 is 4.7 inches long, and the iPhone 6 Plus is 5.5 inches, and these are measured diagonally. And finally, the last major improvement is the M8 motion coprocessor. Now, the iPhone 5S had the motion coprocessor, but it was M7, and actually the iPhone 5C did not have a motion coprocessor. The only differences between the 6 Plus and 6 are that the 6 Plus has a higher battery capacity, which means it's going to have longer life, and the display is larger, and it has more pixels. Now, the iPhone 6 Plus is going to have a 401 ppi, while the iPhone 6 is only going to have a 326 ppi. Alright guys, that's all the time I have for today. I will be making 2 more parts to Apple's new stuff. This one's about iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, obviously, because hopefully you watched it to this far. The second video is going to be about the iWatch, and the third one's going to be about the new iOS and apps, like the wallet one, the Google Wallet knockoff. What's it called? iPay? Apple Pay. It's called Apple Pay. We're going to talk about Apple Pay, iOS 8, and more integrated apps. So, I will be making those videos. Remember, we post videos Monday and Friday. So make sure you subscribe so you will get notified. Alright guys, this is Ronick from PR Tech Reviews, and I will see you in the next video. Hi, I'm Ronick from PR Tech Reviews, and today we will be reviewing the Ravelli 61-inch lightweight aluminum tripod. Let's get started.